Once you get the listing, does it stop there?
Oh, yeah, right. I
What
wish.
happens when you get that listing? What happens after that?
That's when the work really begins. I mean, you've got to market it. You've got to give it broad-based exposure, because you want to do the best job possible for your clients and get them top dollar with as little hassle as possible.
Right.
My job is to protect my clients from extra hassle and
Right.
get them the most amount of money in the least amount of time as smoothly as possible.
Right. And that function is called being a listing agent,
Right,
correct?
right.
So let's go through the different hats that a realtor can wear. So if you are the listing agent, you are the person representing the seller.
That's right. This is we're talking about
Residential
real
real
estate.
estate.
You're representing the seller, and then the other side of the coin would be representing the buyer.
Yes.
You'd be the buyer's agent or the selling agent. And sometimes, because in California we have dual agency, you can represent both sides. And I've done that many times. It's a fine line to walk because you have a fiduciary duty to both sides. I'm not going to go to a buyer and say, I know that this seller will take X amount of money. So, don't offer more than that, just offer this. And by the same token, I'm not going to go to the seller and say, I know they qualify for so-and-so, so let's jack up the price in the counteroffer. I'm not going to do that. I have to walk that tightrope. I have to represent them both sides to the best of my ability. And we also have a situation, now with multiple offers where a listing agent might represent a buyer and then there would be other offers from other agents. In my company and every company I've worked for, they've had a standard of behavior so that if that situation were to arise, I'm not going to represent my buyer in the negotiations on counteroffers. We bring in management to make that's so we can ensure that everyone gets fair and equal treatment.
Yes.
We don't want someone to come back and say, "Well, you were the listing agent and you represented the buyer and you gave favoritism to them." It doesn't work that way with us. And that's another thing that comes back. Not only being ethical and being professional and being nice.
And being nice.
That's really important. But also, don't burn bridges.
Right.
The agents that you work with, and I've worked with some that were real doozies. And I've worked with some that I've never even met them, and it's like, really? How could you go through a whole transaction and never be at the property that you're listing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't even understand it.
Right.
And yet they still make the full commission, and sometimes they even make more than I do.
But they don't get the referrals that you do.
Well,
because you're there.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But that's really, really important. You want to treat everyone professionally. And even though I want to say, oh, my God, that person was so-and-so and so-and-so, I'm not going to do it. I might do it to you.
No, I agree.